Welcome to the Film Fix. I'm Jonathan W. Hickman, and this week we're joined by a special guest, an Oscar expert, the Academy Award expert, Adam Lucyk. He has a blog, a very popular blog devoted to the Academy Awards called the OscarBeachHouse blog. Adam, was this a good year for movies and for the Oscars?
I think this was a fantastic year for movies. Last year when they switched to 10 nominees, a lot of people felt that it was a bad year to do it because you had 6 or 7 really strong films that could have been Best Picture,
Sure.
and then a few that they were good, but not in a year of 5 movies it wouldn't have been in there. This year there actually was more than 10. It wasn't a matter of which films are going to fit in; it was more what's going to get left out for the Oscars, and that's what made the nomination race very exciting this year.
Yeah, and before we get into the nominees, why don't you tell us a little bit about films that didn't get nominated that you thought maybe should have been nominated for something?
Sure. Well, one movie that won a lot of festival stuff, a lot of critics awards, and did not get any nominations was The Ghostwriter, Roman Polanski's new film.
Yeah, that's got Pierce Brosnan and Ewan McGregor in it.
Absolutely.
It was directed by Roman Polanski, who is a multiple Oscar winner himself, and the film did win some awards.
Won a couple of film festivals. I personally think that Olivia Williams should have been up for Best Supporting Actress for it. I think she gave a phenomenal performance. The score by Alexander Desplat did not get up, although he did get a nomination for The King's Speech. He did do both of those movies this year, so one or the other.
And that's not uncommon, is it? Multiple films by the same, scored by the same person, and that. But at score this year, we've got Trent Reznor that did
for Social Network,
Social Network. So that's kind of an interesting nomination.
Kind of fun. When it comes to score, my favorite nomination, I don't know if it's going to win. I don't think it will, but my favorite nomination was actually for How to Train Your Dragon. John Powell got nominated for the score, and literally when I read the nominee list, that I yelled when I saw that one. I was like, yeah, very happy to see that one.
Well, and Adam does predictions on what is going to be nominated every year, and then of course you're going to give us your predictions on what films actually are going to end up winning. But what are some other snubs that we have?
The biggest snub of the year still has to be Christopher Nolan for Inception. Yeah. Did not get an Oscar nomination. This is the 3rd time now that he's gotten a Directors Guild nomination, and that did not translate into an Oscar nomination. He was
truly amazing.
He was nominated for Memento. He was nominated for The Dark Knight, and he was nominated for Inception, all 3 for the Directors Guild, and none got a nomination. He did get a nomination this year. He actually has 2. He has one for producing for Best Picture, and he also wrote the screenplay for Inception. So he did get a nomination there, but not the big one, not the big best, the Best Director nomination.
Well, and it's not always that a director is also a producer of a film that's nominated. Yeah. So that's good for Christopher Nolan. All right, so let's jump into it now. Let's take a look at a few of the categories. Let's start with the acting categories. Okay. And I know that we have actresses from small films like Winter's Bone.
Sure.
Jennifer Lawrence is nominated. John Hawkes is nominated.
I was very happy
and also from very big movies as well. What are your picks for in each of the acting categories?
I think on Best Actor, you got to go Colin Firth. The King's Speech. I mean, he's won everything going in. This is only his 2nd nomination, so it's not like a case of Jeff Bridges last year where it was his 5th nomination, winning for Crazy Heart finally. I mean, Jeff Bridges got his first nomination back in '71 for The Last Picture Show.
Yeah, it's an amazing career.
And Colin Firth, he was always seen as the romantic comedy lead, and then he did that turn last year as a single man, and out of the 5 performances, I think it was the best performance last year. But this year, he just kind of blew everyone out of the water. This is a career-defining role for him.
Well, and Jeff Bridges is nominated again this year for True Grit, and it's a good.
I think he's only the 3rd or 4th person ever to win and then get nominated the next year afterward for Best Actor.
Definitely, you have a statistical brain on this.
Well, there's only 2 guys that have ever won back-to-back.
So
that's Spencer Tracy in the late 30s, and then Tom Hanks for Philadelphia and Forrest Gump in the early 90s. Are the only 2 people ever to win back-to-back Best Actor awards.
Both movie stars, in addition to great actors.
Absolutely.
And in the actress category, I guess the sentimental favorite here is going to be Natalie Portman. Most people are saying most critics. She's won all the critics awards.
Best Actress, I do think it will be Natalie Portman, although it's a much closer race, I think, than people realize. When you had the Broadcast Critics Awards, Black Swan got 14 nominations.
Right.
It had, I think, 7 nominations from the Globes. It's been there, and then it only got 5 for the Academy. The Academy did not go for it as much as a lot of people, including me, thought.
It's a very odd film, and it's made a lot of money at the box office.
Yeah.
It's done very well, and I wonder what effect No Strings Attached is going to have on the perception, at least. And I'm serious about this.
Well,
as far as Natalie Portman,
could,
is it her Norbit? I guess
Well, I don't really know if it's going to affect it that much, because think of last year. You had Sandra Bullock winning for The Blind Side, and then winning a Razzie for All About Steve the same year.
That was hilarious.
She actually accepted her award at the Razzie, and then the next day won an Oscar.
Amazing that someone can be in one of the worst films, arguably the worst of that year. Yeah.
Tough year.
So I really liked Annette Bening.
Annette Bening has a realistic shot, especially since she's loved and known in Hollywood. She's been around for years. She got nominated for The Grifters. I thought she was fantastic in Being Julia, which she also got nominated for in 2004. But the fact that Black Swan only got 5 nominations and The Kids Are All Right got 4, it makes the race much closer than I think a lot of people think. I do think that Natalie Portman, personally, I think she deserves it, and I think she will be the victor, but I would not be surprised at all to see Annette Bening take it.
Well, I think that it's more likely that Natalie Portman's going to win it than Annette Bening, and one of the main reasons, of course, is that Black Swan is still in theaters, still making money.
Yeah.
The Kids Are All Right's available on DVD, but it opened in July, I believe.
July, somewhere
it was a long time ago.
Annette Bening, I would have preferred. I don't mind her nomination at all. I thought she was very good. I actually thought Julianne Moore should have got nominated for The Kids Are All Right. I actually preferred her performance to Annette Bening's in that particular movie. But Annette Bening also did a movie called Mother and Child this year.
Yeah.
And I actually thought that was the stronger performance. Nobody saw it.
No one saw that
But
movie.
I think it's a stronger performance than The Kids Are All Right. So it might be if she does win, it might be a case of one of those things where they're awarding the actor, not necessarily that particular.
Well, and that's part of it.
Yeah,
that happens a lot.
Sure.
Absolutely, Alan Arkin winning.
Little Miss Sunshine,
Little Miss Sunshine. Of course, there was a lot of momentum for that little film. It was the little indie that could that year. In the supporting actor category, Christian Bale seems to be the front runner, but there are some others to look at.
And I think deservedly so. Christian Bale, it's his first nomination. Which, thank you, finally, Academy, for doing that. The guy's been doing great performances for years, and he just got overlooked and overlooked and overlooked. There's a lot of first-timers this year. Actually, in the supporting actor category, John Hawkes, who...
Little movie.
It's one of those performances that he was my favorite part of the movie. I like the fact that Jennifer Lawrence got up for it. I don't mind the Best Picture nomination at all, but I thought the strongest nomination for it, I think, is his performance.
Oh, I think so too. Early on, people were talking about Winter's Bone. Certainly, it's the small film that's nominated for Best Film this year, much like Precious was last year.
Yeah, The Kids Are All Right.
The Kids Are All Right's a small film. I would say that The Kids Are All Right, probably the budget for The Kids Are All Right dwarfs that of Winter's Bone.
Absolutely.
So as far as a small film is concerned,
Deborah Granick directing it.
Right. Who she's done some wonderful movies.
But nothing that got her
another movie
there,
with To the Bone, I believe, or something. Something like that. She did another Bone titled movie. But John Hawkes has gotten a lot of exposure. He's on Eastbound and Down on HBO. So I think that really does. So there may be something there, but I don't think there's any doubt that Christian Bale's transformation as Dickie Eklund is really something else.
And he does that constantly. Back he went from doing The Machinist, where he was skeletal looking, to right away doing Batman, where he put on 40 pounds of pure muscle, and then the next movie you see is he's doing this and this and
Terminator Salvation, where he had his expletive-ridden rant that ended up all over YouTube. I guess Best Supporting Actress this year is going to probably go to Melissa Leo.
Best Supporting Actress is an interesting race. You have 2 people from The Fighter, both Amy Adams and Melissa Leo from the movie, and actually that's happened more in the supporting actress category than any of the other acting categories, where you have 2 nominees from one film. That happens, in supporting actress more than anything else.
The other actresses in that category, obviously Amy Adams, Helena Bonham Carter for The King's Speech.
I think Helena Bonham Carter, I love her as an actress. This particular performance, it's good. She's not. It's good. She's good. Is she nomination worthy?
Oh, it's such a charming performance. It's an anti-Helena Bonham Carter performance.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, compare.
It's not the Sweeney Todd performance that she did.
Or the Harry Potter performance this year.
For some reason, Helena Bonham Carter is associated with the with awards, and this is only her second nomination. She got nominated for The Wings of the Dove back in '97, and this is the last time. So it's like Meryl Streep. Everyone knows she's been up 14, 15 times. She's only won twice. And the last time she won was for Sophie's Choice back in 1982.